Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone. Today I will be tell you guys about my place, the place that I had chose, which is Kedah Royal Museum. Kedah Royal Museum, or in Malay we call it as Muzium Diraja, is a museum founded on 25th July 1983 in Alostar, Kedah. This building is the Istana Kota Star building, which was built in 1732. Okay, first we're going to talk about the location. Okay, the location of the museum is at Bandar Alostar 05000 Alostar, Kedah. Okay, next is the accessibility. For the accessibility, there are two choices that tourists could choose how they want to access the museum. Okay, first is self-drive. For the self-drive, tourists could simply search on Google Maps on the route leading to Alostar city center. Okay, next, the second preference is public transport. For the public transport, I will personally recommend to you using a Grab. Grab, simply pin on the location of the museum, then you can reach at the museum. Because for public transportation in Alostar, majority people will use Grab, because Grab is one of the secure transport which require you to book for the Grab using their apps. Also, majority people in Alostar will book Grab as it is way more convenient and easier to find. Next, we will talk about the activities that tourists can do when they visit Royal Museum Kedah. The first activity that tourists can do is learn about the Kedah history, because in the museum they got many information about Kedah history. They exhibits the information about Kedah royal family history. Okay, next, the second activity that tourists can do when they visit Royal Museum Kedah is visit places nearby. As the museum is located at a strategic location, which is they got a few interesting places around the Royal Museum. For example, Masjid Zahir, the Star Tower, and also Aman Central, which is a mall at the Alostar near the Royal Museum. Next, other than that, tourists also could take some picture on the great view. The museum got a magnificent view around the museum, so tourists can take their picture as their memories or to publish in their social media. They got a magnificent, nice view. Next, we're gonna talk about the facts. Okay, for the facts, the museum is a resort former palace building built in 1735, exhibits the collections of royal. Second one, the Royal Museum is open daily from 9 AM to 4:50 PM. Admission is free. Some of the rooms are still maintained in exactly the same condition as when the Sultan and the royal family were resided here. Other than that, the last one is the contents of the exhibition here. Among others, they highlight the collection of Tunku Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah, as well as the collection obtained from the royal family of Kedah. Lastly, we're going to talk about their facilities. First facility is, of course, they got a parking lot. Those tourists who come to the museum with their own car or self-drive, they could use the parking lot that available. Other than that, there also got toilet in the museum for the tourists to use when they visit the museum. Okay, lastly, we got a ticket counter. As you walk, when you want to enter the museum, you will see outside of the entrance, there got a ticket counter, which is one of the facilities for the museum. That is all from me. I hope that you more and less got some information that I have shared with you today. So thank you and Assalamualaikum.